Hello and welcome to the first battle report. This will be 2,000 points of Tau versus 2,000 points of Space Wolves. We're not going to go over the armies, and then we'll go over the board. Alrighty, this is 2,000 points of Tau. We have a combined arms detachment and an optimized stealth cadre formation. First, we're going to go over the CAD. We have leading the army, Commander Shadow Sun. She's attached to an 8-man marker light drone unit from the fast attack slot. Behind her, we have an ethereal. For troops, we have 2 8-man units, or 9-man units, of fire warriors with the pulse rifles. I do apologize. 2 units of 10 Kroot, each with a shaper for those, because I have horrible modeling skills. This is the shaper for this unit, and that is the shaper for that unit. Alright, 2 units of elite. We have 2 sets of crisis suits. The front unit is WYSIWYG with shields, plasma rifles, fusion blasters. The back unit is not WYSIWYG, it is Double Burst Cannon Counterfire Defense System. We also have, for troops, 1 unit of Breachers with a Guardian drone in a Devilfish. For fast attack, we have 2 units of Pathfinders, and of course the drones. Pathfinders have 1 Shaz and 1 rail rifle each. And then for heavy support, we have a sniper drone team. And no upgrades there. And then for our optimized stealth cadre, we have a Ghost Keel, 2 units of stealth suits, each with a Shaz, with a fusion blaster. It's pretty much WYSIWYG. They all have counterfire defense systems, and the Ghost Keel has velocity tracker, though I didn't really need it for this battle. Alright, now we're going to move on. So that's 2,000 points of Tau. I know you see the Riptide in the back. That's not going to be in here. And now we're going to go 2,000 points of Tau. Alright, and now for 2,000 points of Space Wolves. Space Wolves, not Tau. I said Tau at the end of the last one. Sorry. We have a Wolf Lord with 2 Fenrisian Wolves, the Black Death, Axe, and Storm Shield. He's not WYSIWYG. I'm going to make him WYSIWYG. He'll be cool. 5 Wolf Guard on bikes. Yes, they are Fenrisian Wolf looking things, and Stumpy in there is the battle leader. But yeah, no, they are they're bikes, but I ordered bikes and don't trust eBay. So 5 Wolf Guard on bikes, Power Fist, Storm Shield. And let me just preface this. This is a Wolf Claw detachment, or Wolf Claw Strike Force detachment. It's got a command. The core choice is Fire Howlers. Has an auxiliary of what's it called? Wolfkin, and then a command of Heralds of the Great Wolf, which is an awesome formation and like really powerful. Anyways, back to this. 2 units of Swiftclaws. Each unit of Swiftclaws has 1 dude with a power weapon. I think they're both Power Fists. Melt-A-Gunner in each. And then the sergeants have Frost Axe, Storm Shield, not Double Wolf Claw. Found out that's actually not a thing. Though it says it is, so I don't know. So when I modeled them, I thought it was a thing. So they look really cool. Behind them, 2 units of Grey Hunters, each 10, each man with a Power Fist. The Banner Bearer has the Power Fist in this unit, and then this unit has the little plastic-looking Power Claw in the separate. The sergeants are the ones that are actually like painted really cool. I got these as a box set. And they're each in a rhino, which is painted green, because I am lazy. Alright, then we have 1 unit of long fangs in a drop pod, 2 missile launchers, and 2 las cannons. The 2 las cannons are the green guys, and the 2 rocket launchers are in the middle. With a long fang ancient with a flamer. Alright, now we have a wolfkin formation, and those are wolves, not terminators. A lot of proxy, sorry. I'm still tweaking army as it goes. But it's 15 wolves, or 3 units of 5. They're going to be grouped into 1 unit for all that awesomeness. And then lastly, Heralds of the Great Wolf. We have a Tech Priest there on his wolf with his 4 cyber wolves, a Rune Priest on the blue bike, and a Wolf Priest, or Rune Priest on the blue bike, and a Wolf Priest on the white bike. Now this formation has a lot of cool special rules, and I'll explain them as they come up. But yeah, so that is 2,000 points of Space Wolves. Now we're going to go on to the table and deployment. Alrighty, this is deployment and the board. The water areas we've already declared are difficult terrain. And as far as things like this go, if the model gets onto it, we'll put it so that it touches the terrain base, and it'll count as being inside, because obviously you can't like balance the models on top, and as per the rule for wobbly model, it lets you put it somewhere else and it'll count as inside the terrain piece. Alright, so here we have the Warlord for the Space Wolves here. Heralds of the Great Wolf formation as such. Two rhinos with their troops. The bikers. More bikers. And across the board, a whole lot of Tau. I have Kroot have infiltrated. The 2 stealth teams with the drones have infiltrated. She is attached to those drones. So, and I forgot to mention earlier, each of the Shazwees and the Ethereal have homing beacons on them. So, and he has seeker missiles. So, forgot to mention those little cheeky upgrades. Plus, he's got sensor pods and disruption pods and sensor spine. And yeah. So, and then sniper drones, crisis suits with burst cannons, Pathfinders back there, Pathfinders right up front, ready to make their scout moves. And that is the board. In reserves, we have the Wolfkin formation outflanking. The drop pod, obviously, dropping in turn 1. The 2 units of those are in the Rhinos. That's in the Devilfish. And these guys are deep striking. Alright, so it is Tau 1, or it's Tau turn 1, unless I can seize the initiative, which I do on a 5+. No, so it is Tau turn 1. Alright, so movement for the Tau. We're going to go kind of from this way. We're going to kind of go from this side of the board over and kind of explain what I did. First, Devilfish kind of just pretty much stayed put because I'm nervous about that drop pod dropping in behind me, which of course it probably will, but that means those breachers can just pop up and take that out. But I disembarked the drones and kind of moved them this way, trying to get them over here to assist. They did their scout move, and they're counting as inside of here because they got their full little move. The drones kind of bubbled forward, as well as the Kroot, to try and fill in those holes and prevent assaults from these guys. They're kind of just moved back in there, and Shadowsun joined that unit, so that the whole point for her to be there is to infiltrate those drones and create a nice little bubble layer of marker lights for that unit. Because up until I get that ghost keel, I'm having no assistance from it. So, because obviously it's not there. Okay. These guys pretty much stayed put and put their DS8 turrets. Yes, those are turrets. They're not Terminators. That's funny. Anyways, he's choosing You know what? We're going with Feel No Pain. Because I can't think of any reason why I would need more shots until next turn. Because next turn, I'm expecting that thing to drop back there. I don't know yet, though, 100%. And then they just kind of jumped back. Because just in case, I want to try and prevent the drop pod from dropping somewhere. Well, though, I might use my jump pack move to jump back over there. Because in hindsight, that's probably not a good idea. Having that close. But having him over here, you could scatter off the table. Yeah, I might do that. Alright, and they stayed put because I had no real reason to move them. Yeah, so that's Tau movement. Now we're going to go into Tau shooting. Alright, so Tau shooting done. A lot of fire going down here. To put 2 marker lights here, and then use them to give my Kroot some bonus fire, because they're not going to be around much longer. But, put a good number of hits in, good number of wounds, and made all my lookout sirs. Made 1 wound on him, but because of their little special rule, one of their special rules, I ignore the first failed saving throw made by this unit. So I just ignored it, which is really funny. Seeker Missile came in here and did nothing. Seeker Missile, or the missile pods, or smart missile systems from the DS8 turrets came and fired in here and did nothing. Did some jump moves with the Tau, or with the Bax unit there. Kind of spreading around and trying to make it essentially the only place he can land this thing behind me is right there. I left this big open hole, though, so likely story is he's going to drop there. Which I'm hoping. I'm honestly hoping he does. Even though, it's me. So I'm kind of going to have to. Because I could drop it there. But I'm not really seeing any reason to. Because, here, I don't know. Here just seems like where if I were solely playing, I would put that drop pod. But, I could put it in there and really get it specifically where it needs to be. But I just feel like that's way more vulnerable of a position. And then this thing's going to come crushing into my face. So, not liking how this is looking. Anyways, so now it is... I'm done with everything, so it is Space Wolves. Turn 1. Alright, movement for the Space Wolves done, and they are right in their face. So we have the Heralds right up next to that Kroot, the Wolf Lord right up against those Kroot, ready to charge in. We have the Wolfguard Bikers and the Swiftclaw Bikers around here, just moved up 12, and the Rhino is pushed up there. Here, I scattered that way a little bit, but not bad, and dropped my Long Fangs out there, ready to blow something up back here. Because they have split fire, so this is going to be fun. Thank God for split fire. And, yeah, so all the Space Wolves are now on the board, except for the guys are in the Rhinos. Now we're going to go on a Psychic phase. I'm just going to real quick roll for how many dice? 4. Awesome. We're now going to move on to Space Wolf Psychic phase. Okay, so fairly ineffective Psychic phase. He was just casting up some powers here. He got Shrouded on himself, which is cool. Tried to cast Living Lightning. Failed to do that. And then tried to cast Jaws of the World Wolf on that and failed. So not the best round of Psychic phase from that particular library, from that particular Rune Priest. But, oh well, now we're going to move on to shooting. Just got a little bit of shooting to do here. Some run moves, and the like. And, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, shooting done for the Space Wolves. We took out some of those Kroot there. They'll have to make a leadership check. And then just did some turbo boosting over here. Move them up. And then here, las cannons and missile launchers firing through here. dealing at a hull point, and they are stunned, and they jinked. But those two really kind of don't matter at the moment. So he's going to be snap firing. Well, he's not going to be firing at all. He's not going to be moving for this turn. He's stunned. And some firing went into the drones, but they kind of just manhandled it all. And now we're going to go into the assault phase. We just have a couple of assaults to move up here. We're going to go for... I meant to put them this way, but I killed them all in shooting. My mistake. So we're definitely going to charge here, because that's just a guaranteed charge, but we're going to get some Overwatch going through. But yeah, that's going to be fun. No idea exactly if I'm going to charge that way or if I'm just going to stay. You know what? I'm going to stay put there. Let's do this. Anyways, it is now Space Wolves Assault phase. Alrighty, so just rolling up here. He took out all the Kroot by himself. Well, his two wolves did the good majority of the work. And then consolidated over here. So, that's everything for the Space Wolves. Man, they are just all the way up the board here. It is now... But I pictured the tower going to decimate this line. But we'll see. Moving on to Tau, turn 2. Alrighty, so Tau movement. They deep strike right there. Precision deep strike, because he was within 6. He then moved after the fact out of there, because you're allowed to do that. The drone's kind of shuffled this way. I know that pretty much guarantees assault here, but I'm going to try and basically shove this unit back. They disembarked. And are going after that. That's pretty much going to be dead. They kind of shuffled this way. Kroot shuffled that way, basically trying to stop this charge from being as nasty. And yeah. So, oh, and then they shuffled back a little bit, trying to get out of the way, away from there. Yeah, so that's, this is Tau movement. Now we're going to go on to Tau shooting. Alrighty, so fairly effective round of Tau shooting, and whoever tells you that Kroot is bad, I disagree with you, dear sir. That was 2 perfectly good bikes in front, with storm shields and everything. Yeah, and Fire Warriors killed an entire unit of bikes over here. I mean, okay, I get it. Kroot aren't the best in the world, but that was not half bad from the Kroot. Considering these guys did absolutely jack squat, and so I'm going to sacrifice them to these wolves. I'm kidding. I rolled a 4 for their jump pack move, which was not helpful, because, yeah. So, meanwhile, they jumped back to try and avoid that. Now, I do have Pathfinders in this terrain, but they were here. I didn't want to put them up here because I just didn't feel like doing that importantly. So they're in there, just wobbly model. I'll put them back probably in a little bit, but yeah, they're gone. But and then I took a wolf off of there. Already did his leadership check though, and he's fine. And fire coming through here from the sniper drones, and took a wound on him, but again ignored it. So yeah, that is Tau. Now we're gonna go on to Space Wolves. Turn 2. Alright, Space Wolves have moved. The Heralds are, well... I probably should move that back a little bit. So we're not supposed to be within an inch. Alrighty. Yeah. Wolf Lords over here. About to charge into the Pathfinders that are in here. I know that causes them to be Initiative 1, but I don't really frankly care. They've moved forward, but the main story is the wolves are on. Yeah, I know. They're not Terminators again. So... Yeah, the wolves are on. They can't charge right now, so they'll just have to stare at them angrily. Grr. And hope they don't die horribly, which is very likely to happen. But, yeah, I don't want to get near those yet. I kind of want to try and charge them with something that has armor too, i.e. those heralds. Overwatch is going to be interesting on them, though, because it says they're -1 ballistic skill. So, I have no idea what that does. Anyways, so now it's going to be Psychic Phase for the wolves. Yeah, it's going to be Psychic Phase. I'm going to go ahead and roll to see how many dice I have. 6, yes. I'm just going to go ahead and do it all in one frame. No reason in splitting it out, because, yeah, there's just really no reason to do it. Alright, so Psychic Phase. He has 6 dice to deny. Alrighty. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off by casting Living Lightning on 2. Rolling for... And I get it. With 2. He's not going to deny. Okay, so Living Lightning is 3 hits. Rolling to wound. Or rolling for hits. That's 2 hits. And any 6s would double it. Now, it's strength 7, AP nothing, so I need 2s here. Alrighty. Now 3 up. No! 1 took a wound. Ready? We're going to go ahead and put a wound on him. Alrighty, and then, yeah, so I have 6. I now have 6 dice left. We're going to go ahead and cast 2 onto, Shrouding for myself. I don't get it. I'm going to cast 4 into Jaws of the World Wolf. I get it on 2. I'm going to throw all 6 deny dice. Hang on just a sec. Throw all 6 denial at it. Nope, not denied. Alrighty. So I didn't summon more than I needed to, so it's not focused, so it'll be the front guy. Well, actually, shit, this is the Rune Priest, so yeah, it'd be that guy. He has to make an initiative test, or he's removed. He fails it, so he's removed. Woof woof. Alrighty, and that's Psychic Phase. Overall, not bad, but could have been better. Now we're gonna go on to shooting for Space Wolves. Alrighty. Shooting done here. Nothing on that unit. I've got Kroot killed over here, a whole bunch of them. And beyond that, not really anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do my assaults. So, assault phase. Alright, so that was a killer assault phase. Pathfinder's obviously dead. Otherwise they'd be somewhere out in here, because I pulled them out for combat. They died, and they're moving forward in, ready to get that. A lot of Overwatch coming in over here, but the Kroot died, and the, getting a little excited. The Wolfguard are right up there, and the Swiftclaws bringing in some hurt, coming in close. So they're getting ready to charge in there, but it will be the Tau next for their combat. Yeah, and I still have those. All those wolves are still there. This could be anybody's game still, though, because that is a lot of firepower. I don't anticipate that lasting very long. I definitely anticipate that just lasting forever, unless I start getting way more hits in over here. Nothing has Eternal Warrior. So, I mean, that could be a defining moment here. Granted, I still ignore the first wound because it doesn't say it ignores it unless you have Eternal Warrior. It just flat out says ignores the first wound, first failed saving throw. So we'll see. But yeah. So it's gonna be Tau turn. I'm kind of looking forward to see what happens. Blood Curdling Charge actually had effect here because these guys were not able to fire, and that kind of is, I think, what kept them alive a little bit. But we'll see. It is now Tau. Turn 3. Alright, well, this half of the board is pretty much just clear. I've been using it as like a dice rolling section. Because Space Wolves, 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 Space Wolves. They're just all in their deployment zone. This is kill team. By the way, this is kill points, in case you haven't figured it out already. Or purge the alien. So far, I have First Blood. Or as Tau has First Blood. Or no, actually, I think, shoot, who has First Blood? What died first? No, it was, yeah, no. Space Wolves have First Blood. My bad. Forgot about the Kroot. Poor Kroot. Anyway, so I moved, kind of consolidating this way, pushing this bubble back. It's basically, I'm trying to push the line, but I'm going to keep them stationary. And here's my reasoning. If I get too far away from these little bad boys, they disappear. So, this is my first time ever using these, so I'm going to try and keep them there. And push comes to shove, those guys are just going to move 12 anyways. Furthest I can move is 6. I'd rather just give him to get me the double shots at half range, or the 2 shots at half range, or an additional shot at half range, and just kind of wing it, and hope I just crush everything in glorious combat. Or not glorious combat. Just hope I can just kill as much as I can, as quickly as I can. That unit's going to get got by the Ghost Kill. No idea what I'm going to do with Shadow Sun's stealth team yet. These guys are going to shoot this way. At least that's the plan. And this little fire unit's going to shoot this way to try and to at least try and get some wounds on this unit and actually whittle it down and get it not as aggressively in my face. They re-embarked and he moved back 6 to make it where I could actually move them, consolidate them back in. They kind of slipped around because they were going to try and take this out. If I can get this gone, this is not going to be as big of a problem because they aren't. I mean, they could split charge, and I could take one here and one here. I was half tempted to go ahead and just charge that micro little drone unit into that. But, I mean, if it were into that unit over there, I could do it. I could see that being a good idea. But I just really didn't see, like, that would be a really good idea. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that be. I'm going to go ahead and do my shooting now for the Tau. And I'll get back to you when I'm done. Alright, so that's end of Tau shooting. In case you can't tell, super effective shooting on this end of the board. All of it's gone. It's just all gone. This unit, they actually took a wound off. Granted, the it will not die will not be helpful, but it just won't die. I'll roll that at the end of the turn. I just have to make my jump back moves. Ghost Keel, showing why it's an awesome unit. Just blasted 7 of them out. Ignores cover, large blast, strength 8, AP 4. All those wolves just didn't stand a chance. So, and then fire coming in from there, finishing them off. Pathfinders, Merkerlit, the Wolf Guard in here, who then got slaughtered by the first unit of Fire Warriors and the DS8. and these little drones also fired in, but they did nothing. This unit fired in this way, and that's what caused the wound, because these stealth suits over here shot a fusion blaster in, and my only guy with an invuln save is right back here. So, that was probably not very smart. Well, probably as Space Wolves, I'll need to zoom him really far forward to make sure I avoid fusion blaster shots. To make sure I at least have something that can take those. So I just had to absorb the ignored wound. I would have had 2 wounds on him, though, but luckily feel no pain from him. This little chaplain has been what's been keeping me alive this whole time. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be riddled with bullets. But, yay for Heralds. So, just proving how powerful this unit is. We're going to go ahead and do my jump moves, and I'll be back with you. Alright, so that's the jump pack moves for the Tau. Just kind of shuffling around, getting this. They rolled a huge number set for them, so they just shuffled that way, clearing this way, kind of bubbling this unit in to kind of just keep it locked in place for a turn at least. That way I can guarantee I'm going to get some shots unless the Space Wolves try and zoom in this way. So, I mean, that's probably going to be, as Space Wolves, it's going to be probably my best bet, is trying to swing this way and avoid that gun line and try and get those guys up front. Problem is they're not assault vehicles, so I think I shot myself in the foot with that one, but I'm going to go ahead and just pull those rhinos up front, probably, and use them as line of sight block for the moment. Almost all my fire howlers are gone. Just those guys over there, and then that little wolf lord. The only thing that's really staying alive is that, because of just its sheer it will not die stupidity. I rolled the it will not die, and didn't make it, so it's going to be Space Wolves turn 3. Alright, Space Wolves movement. I'm going for broke. I'm throwing him at the drones. I'm throwing this unit at that unit. And I've just disembarked all these guys, and I'm probably going to just leave them there for the moment. Because that's a nice little horde. And with that banner, I could do some work. If I can survive all of that for a turn. Which I think I've pretty much kept out of line of sight. So hopefully I have. Worst is I get a couple plucked off from bad line of positioning. But anyways, we're going to go into Psychic phase. I'm just going to go ahead and do it here, same as always. So it's a 2. So I got 4 dice. I'm going to go ahead and screw it. I'm going to go ahead and attempt shrouding with 2 dice. I don't get it off, and then Living Lightning on 2. I don't get that off. Wow, okay, Rune Priest. Showing me nothing right now. Alrighty, so now we're going to go on to Space Wolves shooting. Alright, so I got a little happy, and I already did all the combats and everything, and basically nothing happened in shooting, in short. I'll go ahead and when I edit the video, I'll put that in there. But in short, that unit charged the drones and killed them all. He charged the sniper drones and they're dead. And I lost another wolf to Overwatch. Both of them failed blood-curdling charges against him. That little warlord is, so far, doing a pretty damn good job. Well, we'll see how the rest of this goes. I'm going to go ahead and roll his It Will Not Die. I'm going to go ahead and use the die. Nope. So he stays on 3. They're still over here. Yeah. So now it's Tau. Turn 4. Tau movement. I've shuffled this way with that unit. I have kind of just left them standing. They're pretty much going to stand the entire game right there. That unit has popped out. It's ready to blast into this unit. This unit has to die. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you. You have to at least have somebody die to start unraveling all this stupidity. And I'm going to get rid of some of these Albetive wounds at the same time, stuff that he can just dump wounds to with the backline. I don't really give two shits about that. That's going to die. Eventually. But, yeah. This has to die. So that's what that's for. And all of that. Because I've measured, and all of that's within range and can see. So we're just going to nuke this thing and hope for the best. Alright, so now it's on to Tau shooting. Okay, this is after Tau shooting. Every single one of them used up their ignore for the phase. So yeah, not to mention all the 6 that feel no pains I failed. That is a lot of pain. A Have will not dies, which will work at the end of the turn, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now. As a Space Wolf. As a Tau, I am like ecstatic. I got rid of all 4 of his wolves, so that all he's got left is this, and everything is on a wound. Really good distribution of wounds, thanks to Lookout Sirs, but overall, I'm really happy with this. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and do some jump pack moves with that unit, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I rolled abysmally for jump pack moves, but it didn't really that much matter. I just went ahead and kind of moved around. The little drones, 2-man drone team, just running around the board like crazy right now. I got them within 6 inches to assist in what I'm assuming is going to be this charge here. That can't assist, which sucks, because that would be helpful. But if that little wolf lord tries to go that way with it, I'll have everything, the ghost keel, the stealth suits of both types available to try and just nuke the ever-loving crap out of it. But I'm a Space Wolf, so naturally I'm going to try, because they could fail leaderships and stuff, and blood-curdling charge is awesome. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead for it. And it's now Space Wolves' turn. This is turn 4. Awesome. Space Wolves' turn 4. Alrighty. So, this is Space Wolves' movement. They've rushed in there. They've moved in. They've moved in. That moved out of the way. And, yeah, that's Space Wolves. I think the Tau might have... Oh, and he moved there. Ready to charge that little unit of drones. I think the Tau have this one. I'm feeling pretty confident that the Space Wolves are going to get shredded in Overwatch here. But I don't know. I don't know. As far as I know, this could go either way. This unit's going to get shredded because it's a new phase. And as far as I'm aware, it's every phase. This unit, each member gets to ignore its first failed saving throw. Then it will not die as kick in, it brings it back to full. Plus the -1 to shooting in the shooting phase. So, as far as I'm aware, this unit has a long way to go to get wounded again. Because I really don't have a whole lot that's AP2 or AP1. I have that guy, her, and that guy. And the rail rifle. Over there. That's it. So... Plus, they all have a 6 that feel no pain after the fact to protect them should something happen. Basically, they've passed their first feel no pain roll automatically each phase. So, but again, correct me in the comments, I guess. I might be wrong. But so now we're going to go on to Psychic phase. I'm going to do that right now, actually. 6 dice. Plus his 2. We're going to go ahead and we're going to Jaws of the World Wolf, the front guy. Or we're going to Jaws of the World Wolf first. Let's see if I can get it on 3. I get it with all 3, and that means that it is a precision shot. He's going to attempt, I'll attempt to deny with everything. With all 6 dice. Okay, so that's a denial here. Which means it's no longer a focused. So that was kind of a big thing. Because I could have just had that sergeant disappear, or the drone, better yet the drone, would have had to take an initiative test, or be removed from play. Now it's just that front guy. He's going to take his test now. He passes, so nothing. That sucks. Okay, now, but with the remaining... Hang on, it was 6. But I threw... Okay, it was 6. I threw 1 more into the 2 I already had. So I got 5 dice left. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 into Shrouding. Which I get with 2. And he can't deny. And then the last 2 are going into Living Lightning. I get it. 3 hits, rolling a hit. That generates 2 more hits, which 1 missed. Alrighty, rolling to wound here, 2s. Awesome. So now I'm going to need... let's see, they have a 4-up armor save, so let's go with that. Okay, so they all make it. They all just kind of shrug off that lightning storm. And they have Shrouding, which is great. 2-up Jink. Not that's really helpful. I mean, they can try and Jink the Fusion Blaster shenanigans. But it is now moving on to shooting. Alright, so Space Wolf shooting. Took out 1 guy over here. 3 guys over here. And then 3 guys over here. I'm going to have to make a morale check for them, which I'm going to do right now. They pass. Cool. So they're staying there. And now we're going to go on to charges. This is going to get a little tricky because I want to be sure that I charge... I mean, I know who I'm charging because obviously I shot. It's not who I'm charging, but it's order. Because if I charge that guy first... I then have to make all these leaderships. I then have to make all leaderships for whomever is going to shoot at him. And I have to, if I shoot at him, I don't have to make leadership for them. But I'm going to be firing. It's going to be tricky. You know what? I got this. We're going to go ahead and move into assault phase for the Space Wolves. Alright, combats and it will not dies have been made. 1 guy's restored a wound. That unit's gone. That unit's gone. This unit failed to charge, which is kind of big. And Overwatch removed a couple guys. So, he's down a wound. Which that's going to be fun. So now, it's Tau, turn 5. At the end of this turn, we roll to see if the game continues. Alrighty, that's Tau movement done. Keeping them there. They are going to stay put pretty much the entire game. It's a little risky, actually. Hang on. Moving him back that way just for protection purposes, because I do not want that dying. That's kind of stayed in a little cluster. This is the longest this unit has ever stayed alive, or this little formation has stayed around for me, as far as I'm aware. So, it's pretty much stayed untouched, but I mean, it's done some work, but not really. it's now going to have its opportunity to prove itself with taking out that unit. It's backed up, trying to force him to pull this way, basically trying to get him to force him to move over this way so that I can attempt to then take this highly mobile force and swing it this way. And hopefully all this shit will be dead so that I won't really have to worry about too much and I can just essentially try and outpace this unit and try and kill as much of it as I can in the process. Alright, so we're going to go to Tau shooting. Alright, Tau shooting done. Nothing on this because I just decided I wanted this dead. And it's dead. One guy here, he passes leadership. I'm going to go and actually attempt to charge here into there. So I feel like that could be effective charge here. But I'm going to jump move around with them and just kind of essentially force him to either pick going this way or going that way and taking this useless thing out. Or running that way and just killing everything off. So it'll be fun. Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and into Tau Assault phase. Alrighty, so combat results here. That's remaining locked in combat. That's just kind of shuffled around. That's done its normal thing. Yeah, so now it is Tau. Turn 6. Or no, it's Space Wolves. Turn 5. Already movement for the Space Wolves. He's doing the safe thing, going this way. They are going for broke here. And that combat's staying as it is. We're going to go... I don't think I have... they're going to do some shooting. And then we're going to go into the assault phase. Before I forget, I actually needed to do Psychic phase. I already rolled it off. And I got off Word Wolf. And I got off the, Jaws of the World Wolf. And he failed his thing on a 6. So I just ate him. That's fun. Okay, now we're going into shooting. Already shooting going through. And killing 2 stealth suits, but they passed their leadership. So he's just chilling there. Or killed a stealth suit. So the other one was a World Wolf. Anyways, so that is that. And all of that is now going to do Overwatch, and we're going to do my charges. Alrighty, so assaults. I charged and killed 1 stealth suit, but yeah, they're just open now. So that's wonderful. Another one dead here. Failed to kill that. Yeah, so, I mean, that's great for Space Wolves, because that little sucker is doing really well, but, Tau are now going to be feeling the pain. That unit right there is cheese. Pure fucking cheese. Pardon my language, I'm going to edit that out. That is pure cheese. That's ridiculous. Okay. So now we're going to do Tau. Actually, we're going to roll to see if the game goes on. So, here we go. Game continues. So it is now Tau, turn 6. Alright, so this is Tau movement. Not much I can do, because he's right in my face, and I kind of expected it, but, yeah, he's in my face, so, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, so I shuffled around here. That thing's still active, because I haven't moved outside its little thing yet, but, yeah, it's gonna be pivotal that I keep that thing thumping every so often, trying to kill some things. So, that thing kind of swiveled out. It's going to try and kill him. Hopefully it doesn't. That'll be fun. That'd be an awesome story. But he's going to try and nuke this as best it can. In addition, she's casting the fire thing as before, same as always. So I'm just going to try and storm of fire this. And I'm just going to try and nuke as best I can that unit. That unit is nuts right now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. This Ghost Keel is my new favorite freaking unit. Okay, here's what happened. Volley fire from in here took 2 wounds off the Rune Priest. Ghost Keel plugged it down with his Ion Accelerator to take off the last wound of the Rune Priest. He had already used up his ignores, he fouled up his feel no pain rolls, and he fouled his lookout, sir. So just horrid shooting there. Then the Twin-Linked Fusion Blaster guy, Twin-Linked Fusion Blaster off this guy, shot him. It was instant death. He failed his invuln save, and he had already ignored the first wound he had taken. So that is a bye-bye Rune Priest. What this means is that only thing left is this guy, and he just has It Will Not Die. 3 wounds of It Will Not Die. I think I can, or no, 4. I think I can handle that in 1 round. I am now, like, super ecstatic. I'm going to do my jump moves around. I'm going to do his assault here. And, oh yeah, did I mention no invuln save? I might consider no, don't, no, I'm not going to charge there. That'd be stupid. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do my jump moves, get away from there, and, possibly table this Space Wolves player next turn through Overwatch. That'll be fun. Well, I definitely won't table him, because this combat, if it resolves in a favor, the Space Wolves, he could charge in that way. This guy is not going to suffer from Overwatch, so he's going to go this way, and he can probably kill that thing. So he's not going to die. He's going to be the last model on the board if we continue on to another turn. He might still survive, but I'm not sure. We will see. Alright, so it will now be Space Wolves. Turn 6. Alrighty, so I forgot to do their jump pack moves before I switched over, so there are the jump pack moves. I've already done movement. He moved in. He moved that way to basically assault that unit right there. That combat, they won as clearly made. Yeah, so that unit's going to charge, and that unit's going to charge. He's going to fire off his Hellfrost pistol first, though. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, for starters, let's go ahead and roll 1 dice. Oh, no! Okay, never mind. That didn't work. Now we're going to go ahead and do this is a critical Overwatch, so I'm going to go ahead and film it. For starters, he's done it. I don't have to make any leadership checks. So I'm going to fire in the 4 marker lights into there. Needing 6s, don't get any. Alrighty. He's got 8 shots from his twin burst cannons. Crisis suit, rolling hit. Whoo! Thank God for counterfire defense systems. Rolling a wound. Needing 4s. Okay. And now I need to make 2 ups. He's fine. Okay, 6 shots of Ion Accelerator coming from him into there. I've already pre-measured all this. Okay, it's 3 shots in. Rolling a wound. Alright, so strength 7. Yeah, that's all. All but. 2 up. Alright, he's fine. Fusion Blaster here. It's not going to be instant death, but twin linked. Nope. Alrighty. Now the crisis stealth suits over there. I'm going to roll to hit. 1 hit. with the first burst cannon, rolling to wound. That's a wound. 2 up armor save made. Second burst cannon. Whoo! 666. Alright. Double 6. For there, and now 2 up. He's fine. Fusion Blaster, 5s or 6s. Nope. What's it? Shadow Sun, double 6. No. Alrighty, and well, that's all my Overwatch, because these guys don't have range. Barely, but they don't. This Crisis Suit was literally right there. That Pathfinder was not, or that Fire Warrior was not. Barely, but it wasn't. So now he gets to charge in, because he's still alive and well. 8 inches, he makes it. 1 Hammer of Wrath. That's a, they're majority 5, he's base 5, so yeah, that's a wound. But I make the save. Now he's I1, so I get, the drones each have 1 attack. I can hit on 4s. It's 1 hit, and they're wounding on 5 up. No. Now the Ghost skill has 3 attacks. Rolling to hit. Rolling to wound. Okay, so that's a wound. No, actually it's not, because he's strength 5 versus T5. So, no, it's not a wound. So that's just foul to wound everything there. Now he's got 2 attacks, plus 1 for the wolf, plus 1 for that, for charging, plus 1 for 2 weapons. So that's rolling to hit. He doesn't have that anymore. Rolling to wound. Alrighty, now he does not have... No, he's strength 5, so this is 10. So he has no shields. So that's 3 wounds go through. But then the real question is, there are 3 guys, and his strength 10. Aw, dang it. Oh well. Bye-bye. This is the carnage pile, guys. Minus the Riptide and the... Yeah. That's a lot of carnage. Alright. Now he's going to consolidate. 3 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn him this way. And why not? Let's go ahead and film this. He's got 5 attacks. Rolling a hit. Helm of Durfast. Rolling a wound. Okay, so he's strength 8. Well, actually, hang on. I do need to roll my charge distance. I never did that. 10 makes a huge difference. No. Okay. So that is 2 pens, definitely. So it's dead. What do the pens do? It's an AP2 weapon, but it doesn't matter. So it's wrecked. And he consolidates 2 inches. Rerolling for fleet. Awesome, 6 inches. He's going to try and go this way. My little one-hit wonder is crushing it out here. But that Tech Marine's not going to live another turn. So now we roll to see if the game continues. It does. One more turn. Okay, this is going to go on to turn 7, and then after that it's done. Alright, so it's Tau turn 7. Alrighty, so This is Tau movement. I've decided to kind of bubble that unit like that, push him out here. Those guys are staying stationary to get some ballistic skill increase. They're jumping behind that to essentially try and just, not get charged this turn, because this is definitely going to be their last turn. And he's possibly going to shoot this way. Depends on how long he survives. Not feeling too good. I did remember, however, that these two rhinos are still alive. I completely forgot about that. So next Space Wolf's turn, I'm going to have some fun. And but they're probably not going to last too long. If I can triple kill... If I can somehow manage to kill this big guy in the middle with just these and just that fusion blaster is going into there. And she's going to split her fusion blasters between these two. And hopefully I can kill both those rhinos. Hopefully. If not, I always have this as an option. But that's going to try and go here too. I'm going to try and table him this turn. But we shall see. Alright, so almost did what I wanted to do with Tau shooting. I dropped him to 1 wound. And I killed 1 rhino. Didn't kill this one. Didn't kill that guy either. So now it is going to be Space Wolves. Nope, actually first I'm going to do his assault move real quick while I'm here as well. 10 inches. I'm going to go and put him back in there. Now it'll be Space Wolves movement for turn 7. Okay, so Tank shocked with the Rhino, and Shadowsun shot it to death with a single fusion blaster shot. It's kind of stupid on that part, but oh well. Killed 2 of them there by doing that. And they jumped there. So now it is going to be shooting, and I'm just going to go ahead and just shoot with his Hellfrost pistol into the Crisis Suit. Hits. Wounds. That's an automatic wound. He has to take a strength test or he's removed from play. That is a pass. So he just takes a wound. But it's strength 8, so it's instant death anyways. That's annoying. Cool, because now I can't charge. That may not have been smart. But he can charge, and he will most definitely charge. He's going to charge that unit. So, for starters, I'm going to go ahead and throw fusion or this unit's actual Overwatch. Well, actually, first we're going to do the marker lights. Let's do that. 1 marker light. Well, that's helpful. By the way, he's on 1 wound, just so that way you know. Going to go ahead and remove that marker light. But first, I'm going to use fusion. The rifle, nope. Iron rifle misses. I'm going to go ahead and boost their ballistic skill by 1. So now they're hitting on 4s, thanks to counterfire. Wow, that was actually super helpful here. Rolling a wound. That's 2 wounds. That's a 1. 2 up. Oh, he's dead. Bloop. Warlord kill. And, well, he can't charge. So, that is game. I guess I'll tally up the points, and, I'll get back. Alright, so, after further review of everything and counting up all the points, it's a tie game. Well, my first battle report's a tie, so, I mean, I guess there's a lot done tactically by both the Tau and the Space Wolves that was just not... It was more geared in favor towards the Tau towards the end there, and you probably noticed that it's really hard to play 2 different sides as the same and not want one to win and not make stupid mistakes based upon that. Granted, that was probably the best thing I could have done. I could have charged the full unit into, honestly, the big honking gargantuan monstrous creature and killed it a lot earlier when I was at full strength, instead of just chilling around and waiting for it. So, yeah, that's it, everyone. That is all of the carnage in its full.
Everything, just all of it is dead out of a 2,000 point game. That is just ridiculous. My dad, if I leave this like this, is gonna kill me. So, yep, that's a Dark Eldar bomber that was not involved. It could be next time though. That'd be fun. I definitely want to pit this Tau Force against because I did not think it was going to do this well. I mean, I was up. Then again, I took up half the board the first turn, so I kind of was just like absorbing the board, and then he had to fight through all of it to get all the way up there, just moving like super slow, not really able to move too much, which really helped me. I think that's going to be a good. I mean, I was sacrificing a lot of units, but I felt like it was giving him that distance boost. Whereas with the Space Wolves, I was just having to crush through. That Herald's unit is just nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I know everyone's gonna probably yell about how tight the board was, and that it basically became a turkey shoot because it could have been a lot different had I gone long-wise. I would have probably just it probably would have I would have had enough room to field those wolves at the beginning rather than having to put them in reserves because they did absolutely nothing in outflank. So and that's what I've kind of been told is don't put them really in reserves. I just wanted to try it. Figured why not. And I did roll for it, so it wasn't like I just chose to have it that way. That really favored the Tau. And overall, normally 9 times out of 10, I lose Shadow Sun. But just the sheer fact that that thing's on 1 wound, and there's only 1 thing left, I think that's phenomenal. I am going to put more guys in with the Warlords unit for the Fire Howlers. Though normally I run more Death Wolves, which is why a lot of the models don't look like what they're supposed to. I know, I need to paint my models. That's just another thing for another time. So yeah, that's everything. That is just so many models. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go pack up all this, and I guess I will see you all later for a second battle report next week, maybe. We'll see.